Hey everybody, and welcome to the Indie Guy. I'm the Indie Guy, Jonathan Moody, and I am about to do a new video showing my updated collection, and I'll talk about some of them that I've seen, and some of them that I haven't seen yet, and talk about how I'm going to hopefully be reviewing them soon. So, here we go. I'm going to do it like in order of, it's going to be alphabetical order, and it's going to be in order of, the different types of media that I got, starting with the lowest amount, which is VHS, then it's going to go to Blu-ray, and then it's going to go to DVD. So I picked up 4 VHS titles. One of them doesn't want to come up. Alright, I picked up 4 VHS titles today. Well, a few of them are like, I think almost all of them are Disney. I'm not sure. No, one of them's not Disney, so that's going to be the last one I'll show. But these 3 are Disney, and these are Disney I don't have, and all 4 are clamshell. So here you go. Of course, I got the Jungle Book, the original. You know, it's a little messed up or whatever, but like I'm not one of those collectors that's collecting them so I can be able to sell them or something or anything. I'm collecting them for my own personal reasons and everything. So. But I got these 4 at CHKD, which is the Children's Hospital of the King's Daughter thrift store. So I picked these up, and picked up 3 other DVDs that I'll show you later, but they're kind of all going to be in there in the DVD sections one by one. But anyway, so Jungle Book, Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. I believe I have another Winnie the Pooh, but I believe it's if I'm correct, it's like a Christmas Winnie the Pooh. So it's really nice to have the Mini Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. I'm going to try to collect all the Winnie the Pooh. You know, so we'll see how that goes. And Tarzan, of course, classic. There was 2 Tarzans there, but this one seemed to be like the better case out of both of them. And Little Nemo, Adventures in, I guess, Slumberland. And I remember this movie as a kid, and I don't remember if I ever like watched it or not. But I remember having this game, and I believe there's like a game for Nintendo of Nemo, and I'm not sure if it was connected, if like Nintendo did a thing, or if it had nothing to do with it. So if you know what that is and everything, please feel free to comment below. All right. Now on to the Blu-rays. So I got 6 Blu-rays recently. I'm going to go through each one of them. Oh my goodness, we've got a lot of DVDs. I think we've got like over 20-something, maybe 30-something DVDs. So we're going to have to get through these Blu-rays kind of quickly in order to kind of save some time. It's already 3 minutes in. Alright, Assault on Precinct 13. Have not seen either the original or the remake. This one has Ethan Hawke and Lawrence Fishburne, so that's pretty cool. The Crazies, have not seen this either, or the original. So once again, another one I need to see. I'm gonna break my my rule. I have a rule where I want to watch the originals first, but I'm gonna break it for both of these because I kind of want to see them both, and I don't mind seeing the remakes first, especially since I believe both of these aren't bad remakes. They're not as good as the originals, I don't think, but none of them barely are. So, I mean, you'd really, the movie would have to be an awful movie to start with for a movie to be a remake like that, you know. So, the original Evil Dead on Blu-ray, I love this. I do not know why it took me so long. I think it's because it's $10. I've always thought maybe it would go down to $5 at Target or something, but, you know, I was like, I'll splurge and get Evil Dead for $10 on Blu-ray. It is definitely worth it. It's one of my favorite horror films of all time, and it's got the most amazing commentary. I listened to the commentary track of that. Just amazing. Also picked this up at 7-Eleven, picked up Assault on Precinct 13 as well as Grudge Match at 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven seems to have some pretty cool Blu-rays. I know I want to get Garden State at some point on Blu-ray. I think I have it on DVD, but it's probably all scratched up by now. So I'm going to want to, you know, get it up there. Anyway, I got this yesterday at Best Buy, Twister on Blu-ray. I have it on DVD. I think I even did a video where I talked about picking it up. I absolutely love this movie, and the effects and everything are perfect for HD. So I'm just excited to see that. And then I haven't seen this, but I remember reading the book when I was a kid, Where the Wild Things Are, and I've been wanting to check this out. It's pretty crazy. But it kind of reminds me, like, I don't know, like there's these like the Beasts of the Southern Wild. I remember seeing that when I was in Louisiana, and like it just Where the Wild Things Are just seemed a little weird. And that movie, Beasts of the Southern Wild, was a great movie, but it's a little weird too. I don't know. They came out, I think, not around the same time, or maybe they did. But I just, for some reason, I've always kind of got them a little mixed up. And Where the Wild Things Are was this great book, kid book, but I don't really remember too much about it. So I remember, it being read by my dad. My dad would read me these different stories or whatever, and one of them was Where the Wild Things Are. And so definitely remember that, but I don't remember what it was about or anything. So other than wild things living somewhere and the kid finding them or something. I don't know. I've heard it was really cute, so I'm looking forward to it just because it's a cute story and stuff, and and probably might bring me back to my nostalgic days. I don't know, but I lost your screen. Gotta keep. Oh my goodness. Anyway, you're still here, so that's what's important, right? I gotta keep this going because I don't want to skip or anything. All right. Now on to the DVDs. Alright, I'm going to do this in order of, well, first of all, order of how many I get, so, like, in each genre. So, this had the small amount, this is like the thriller genre, I guess. Disturbing Behavior. I used to have this movie, it was one of my favorites, and I think it got scratched up or whatever, but I couldn't find it. Well, my least favorite thing in the world is this double-sided disc. Like, nowadays people just put widescreen and full screen on one disc and everything. I don't know why anybody ever did this. I don't see this as much anymore, thank God, because I hate that. It's like a pet peeve of mine. Identity. I've not seen this movie. I might even own it somewhere. I keep thinking I do, but I picked it up for $1 because I wasn't sure. So if I do have this, I may just sell it back someplace or give it to somebody else for Christmas. I don't know. We'll see. Zodiac. Yeah, buddy. This movie I kept hearing about, I have not seen, but it's got a killer cast. It's kind of boring, but some people really love it, and some people just, they're not as into it. So we'll see. But it's got a fantastic cast, and everybody in it is just amazing. So I'm excited to see it. It's gonna be fun. So next, my drama section. I didn't get as many dramas lately, but got a good amount, and a few of them are actually, including this one by Stoddard and Michael Weber. I am so bad at that name, but those guys did this one, The Fault in Our Stars, which I have not seen, but I have heard Fault in Our Stars. I've heard it's a great movie, so I'm anxious to see it. The Last Kiss. They didn't do this. They didn't write this one, but this is a great movie. I've heard. I need to see it for sure. It's got Zach Braff in it. I think it might be a comedy, but it says 2 thumbs up. Ebert and Roper. Okay, I was going to say Siskel wasn't around doing it. So anyway, Marie Antoinette, which I am not really a big fan of the director, Sofia Coppola. I saw my favorite movie of hers is The Virgin Suicides. I love that movie. And then she went and made Lost in Translation, and I don't know if that was just a really big passion project or something that like she was so excited to tell the story, and it was kind of like her autobiography and everything. And I would love to hear what her reaction is to like most people hating that movie. I have talked to, I don't think I've heard one person say that they love that movie. And if you love that movie, I'm sorry, like for saying that. Like it's just not my style. Bill Murray just walking around. I mean, you know, Kevin Smith jokes on in Clerks 2 about the Lord of the Rings movies just walking. I hope he didn't watch Lost in Translation. Jeez. But this movie, you know, I like Kirsten Dunst, and she was really good in the Virgin Suicide. So I'm gonna give this. I think she was. I'm pretty sure she was in the Virgin Suicide. I'm gonna give this a try. We'll see how this goes. And these two are also written by Michael Weber and Scott Neustadter. Oh my God, he's gonna kill me if I ever like if he ever sees this and everything, and I can't pronounce his name right. I need to like figure that out someday. But is both Paper Towns and The Spectacular Now. I love Paper Towns all the way to the end of the movie. End of the movie killed that movie. I've had talks with people about that. It's just end of that movie. And then I hate to say it, the Kara, whatever, I can't even pronounce her name right. I'm not even gonna try. She was just kind of bland to me, honestly. Who would have been great in it is Shailene Woodley, who was amazing in The Spectacular Now, and I've heard in the and Divergent series. She's wonderful, and she would have done a great job in that role. But I feel like Kara was kind of bland. I mean, I couldn't. And thankfully, she wasn't like the main character in a way. Like, even though she's listed first, she's only in it for maybe like 20 minutes of the movie. The rest is like that Nat Wolf guy trying to find her and stuff, and it's kind of like a scavenger hunt kind of thing. And I thought that was kind of fun, but just that ending. I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not going to say, because a lot of people who've seen it probably know what I'm talking about, and the people who and some people may like it. I mean, once again, it's a matter of taste. This movie is so good. Spectacular Now. I remember seeing this. I forgot where it was, either on Amazon or HBO or something. And I was like, I gotta check this out. And I've been on the hunt for this, on DVD for a while. I was gonna take either DVD or Blu-ray, but it'd have to be a cheap Blu-ray. It's from the writers of 500 Days of Summer. That was one of my favorite. That's my favorite movie of theirs. 500 Days of Summer. Oh, now on Blu-ray and somewhere DVD. Okay. So we go on to action. Alright, so I'm going to start talking about these three, and then the next three I'll talk about. Bourne Identity. I have never seen any of the Bourne movies. I am so behind. I think there's 4 of them now, maybe on the way to be 5 or something. I didn't even know this was apparently, like, there was also I just looked up today and I found out that there was actually a TV show that was done that didn't star Matt Damon. Had nothing to do with this. Right before this. Maybe they'll make another TV show based off of it. I don't know. But anyway, the Bourne Identity, the Bourne Supremacy, and the Bourne Ultimatum. So I don't know if that's in order or not. I think that's in order. Honestly, I'm kind of excited about them, especially since they have like bonus features and things like that for it. But they kind of remind me of Bond in a way or whatever. Like, even though, like, I think it's like if Bond was done with like an Alfred Hitchcock style of like wrong person kind of. I have no idea. I don't know what I'm in for. Haven't really looked into too much. All I've seen in the trailers are like people shooting each other and stuff like that. So I would have to watch it from the very beginning, and I plan to for sure. So I'm excited about that. And then eventually get the fourth one, which is probably about $15 on DVD or $10 maybe. So I might eventually get it just to finish the series off right there, catch up. The Dark Knight, which I have Batman Begins, but I do not have the Dark Knight. It is. I don't know if that webcam is gonna keep freezing on everybody, so I hope not. Dark Knight, Jonah Hex, which I heard mixed reviews, so hopefully, hopefully good things will be of that. I know Josh Brolin just got the part of Cable on on Deadpool, so that's cool. Looking forward to that. And the people that are saying stuff about, oh man, how can they cast Josh Brolin when he's already Jonah Hex and blah blah blah. I mean, did you realize that Ryan Reynolds was Green Lantern and then became, then became Deadpool? Like, it's okay. They can, go from one to the other. But the next one here is Mutant Chronicles, which I don't think I've even heard of. Before I saw it, and I was like, what is this? And then I saw it's got commentary by directors Simon Hunter and Ron Perlman. So, I love my commentary, and I will watch anything that's Ron Perlman. I love that guy ever since I got into Sons of Anarchy. Honestly, I never got into Hellboy. I think I have that, or maybe I gave it to my niece. One of those. So, either I have it or I don't. If I do have it, that's awesome, and I will check it out sometime, but, yeah. And people are going to be like, oh my god, you need to watch Hellboy, because that's what I get all the time when I tell people I have not seen it. And people are surprised. You're a movie filmmaker, and you've never seen Hellboy? I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, I just haven't. I mean, I need to stop rewatching a million movies and actually try to watch new ones, but never do that. I'm a creature of habits. So here we go. Second to last. Oh my goodness, this is going to be like a 30-minute video. Alright. Sorry about this. It is being so slow. I'm really hoping that everything was... It didn't get... I hope the video did not get interrupted. I'll have to replay it and check and see. Okay. Blair Witch. So this is the horror stuff. And Blair Witch I found today for like 90... I think it was like... No... It's like 58 cents or something, Like, they were literally... Yeah, it was 58 cents. They were literally about to take this away. And then I looked in it, and I was, like, making sure that the Blu-ray was in there, and that, the disc was good, and everything looked great, and I was like, heck yeah, I'm gonna take this, because I don't have it yet. And I think it's got commentary by the director and producer, so awesome. And to hear stuff about how they, made a cheap little movie with basically their friends. I think they auditioned people, but still, that's pretty cool. Alright, Children of the Corn sequels. Now, I still need Children of the Corn 1, and then eventually, I've got all 7 Children of the Corn movies. I wonder if they'll ever do another one. But, that's pretty cool to have all of them. Here's the thing I normally don't like. Now, I like what they did, though. Okay, so I've been watching Cinema Sickness and everything lately, and I watched one of his old videos. In one of his old videos, he had a cinematic problem with certain things. Now, generally, when you have something like this, if it's like this, if it's got one of these things, it'll get scratched. Now, if it's just the cover like this, it won't get scratched. But if it has like these, it'll get scratched badly. I probably shouldn't touch it like that, but Anyway, usually it goes like this, it hits, and it scratches it. So when it's like shaking around or in somebody's hand or something, it's getting scratched. And thankfully, whoever did this, was it Mill Creek? Echo Bridge. Echo Bridge was smart enough to actually make it so this one was that way so it won't get scratched. Very cool. I was worried about that. When he was mentioning that, I was like, oh my god, I've got a couple of those. No wonder a few of my DVDs have gotten scratched. So Ghosts of Goodnight Lane. Had not, I think I'd heard of this movie or something, but oh, it's got Danielle Harris in it. Holy crap, that's a bonus, right? And Richard Tyson. That's wow, it's definitely a bonus right there. I didn't even know if they were in that. I picked it up because it said Billy Zane and Lacey Chabert, and it was a horror film for $1. That's awesome. I'm excited about that. Now, I don't know if I have this or not. I don't think so, but I'm going to have to double check. I believe I have a Haunting somewhere, but I don't know if I have the Haunting in Connecticut. I know they did I think they did a Haunting in Connecticut too and stuff like that, but I'm just, I just wanted to see this. This seemed like an interesting, looking at art, it's kind of cool looking. I don't know. I wanted to check this out. Alright, so House Hunting. Which doesn't sound like much of a horror film, from the title. The cover definitely does, but the stars Mark Singer from Beastmaster, and it stars also a friend of mine named Rebecca Kennedy. Oh, and Art LaFleur is in it too. Very cool. So the Rebecca Kennedy, I've been wanting to see it for her, because we're really close friends. She supports me, I support her, and she's a really good actress. And I've been wanting to see it. So, here you go. There's House Hunting. Definitely check that out when you get a chance. Oh my god, I love this movie to death. And I didn't realize it was until I got it. When I first looked at it, I realized it's a double disc. Oh my god, Open Water. If you have not seen this movie, see it as soon as you can. Now, don't watch the sequel. I've never seen the sequel, but I imagine it's not nearly as good as the first. Alright, so to give you guys a hint of what this movie's about, basically these two scuba divers, I don't know if they're just doing it for fun, I forgot if they're just doing it for fun or whatnot, but they get kind of left, the boat gets left and everything, and when and they turn around and the boat's gone, and I guess they counted. It's kind of like Home Alone, where they're counting everybody, and somehow or another they thought they had everybody there, so they just take off. And so it's like Home Alone in the water, with sharks. So it's pretty cool. It makes you wonder, be careful with this stuff. I don't know if anybody's ever, thought about that afterwards. But it's got, commentary and some awesome a bonus disc, so probably with special features and stuff. So that's pretty awesome. I love that movie, and it's one of those movies that it's kind of like Frozen. Frozen must be kind of gotten the idea from Open Water a little bit, maybe not, but Frozen, not the Disney one, but the Adam Green horror film where the people get stuck on the snow. Ski lift and everything. Oh my god, that's a great movie, but I think Open Water is just as good. I wouldn't say better because I actually really, really like Frozen, so it would be maybe just as good. If not, a little bit, whatever. So, Phantasm. This is just the first one, and it's got commentary and interviews and different things, but I really love that cover on it, so I'm really excited to check that out. I saw Phantasm years ago, and I've actually met Angus Scrimm once. I remember a friend of mine, Jason, wanted to get his picture, and so I took his picture, and man, I wish I had gotten a picture with him too, but back then I was not a huge, I don't even know if I'd seen Phantasm then or not, so I didn't really know who he was, but I knew he was a really tall guy, and he was, of course, he's called the Tall Man, so makes sense. But yeah, there you go, Phantasm. So, fantastic. Alright, so, Prom Night, the original theatrical cut. And I have not seen this yet. I've seen the original, and I read the back of this, and I was like, wait a minute, this has nothing to do with the original plot for Prom Night. So it kind of pisses me off that why do that? Like, why do people remake movies and then not use the same plots at all? Like, a completely different plot. It's like when they did their Karate Kid reboot or whatever, they were trying to say it was like a reimagining or whatever. And it wasn't even, I think it was like Kung Fu or something that he was getting taught. It wasn't even karate. So it's like, you're not even doing the same movie. Why don't you just call it something? Oh, because we got the rights to Karate Kid, so let's make... Like, no, freaking make a Karate Kid movie if you're going to remake it. I mean, I have refused to watch that movie just based on that principle alone. Because every time I hear about it, I'm like, that's not Karate Kid, and it's going to make me punch things, and not because it's, gets me energized. Prom Night, I'm not that excited to see it, honestly, but I got it for a couple bucks, and, it's a horror film. It's going to be my horror collection, and it'll go right next to my Prom Night, original DVD. So, I always like to get the remakes, even if the movie's bad. So we'll have to see how that is at some point. I got Pulse 2. I seen Pulse 1. I had Pulse 1 years ago. This one is more like a direct-to-DVD version with no actors I've ever heard of, but maybe they're good. I don't know. Actors, actresses. We'll see. The Purge, which I have not seen still. I bought it because it was $1, and I'm a little worried because, honestly, the problem I have with this movie is that it just feels like just a bunch of people killing people. I'm really hoping that I get invested in some of the characters or something, which I'm pretty sure I will. But I have this, the reason it's been avoided for a long time, and maybe soon I'll watch it, is just, and it's, it's produced by Blumhouse, I believe. And I love those guys, the guys who did, Paranormal Activity and Sinister. Did not like Paranormal Activity because I just felt like it was kind of boring when I first watched it. I have to watch it again. I'll have to buy it. But here, I'll definitely check it out. Where's Skeeto? My friend Christopher R. Mem. I bought a copy of this from him, and I've got 2 more movies to get, and then I'm going to rewatch all of them from the very beginning, and then I'm going to do a retrospective on his films all the way up to Where's Skeeto and everything. So I'm really excited to kind of do that at some point. It's going to probably be late May, early June, maybe. So keep on the lookout for that. This movie, I've been wanting to see it. It looks great. I'm going to see it with a friend of mine wants to watch it with me, so we're going to do another movie night, and we're going to watch it together and everything. So kind of excited about that. All right. Oh, man. You thought that was it. No. One more big pile. This is the biggest pile, so it was last. All right. These are the comedies I picked up recently. So, The Dilemma, which is the Vince Vaughn, goes in my Vince Vaughn collection. That's pretty cool. I'm going to have to figure out a place to put these. Okay. Then, Jersey Girl. I have not seen The Dilemma, by the way. I want to, because that cast is amazing. Vince Vaughn, Kevin James, Winona Ryder, Jennifer Connelly. Just great cast. Jersey Girl, love this movie. Love the commentary with, I love the commentary with Ben Affleck and Kevin Smith the most. But the one with, Scott Mosier, the producer, Kevin Smith, and Jason Mewes is pretty comical, too. I think more along the lines of the Ben Affleck one, talking more about the Bennifer situation and stuff. Which, it's kind of interesting to get his fresh perspective on the whole thing. So, okay. Joe versus the Volcano, which I have on VHS, but I do not have on DVD. And it comes with, like, a documentary and a music video. It'd be nice if it came with, like, a Tom Hanks commentary, but I don't even think Tom Hanks has ever done a commentary. Could be wrong, though. Kicking and Screaming for my Will Ferrell collection. Really excited to see that. Not seen it yet. Not Another Teen Movie, which I have seen and I love. And Serena Vincent is awesome in it. It's funny that I don't believe they have her on the cover because she was naked throughout the whole movie. But I thought it was funny that they took the... oh yeah, they do have her on the cover. The foreign exchange student. And she later on after this went on to do like Cabin Fever and everything. And I've met her. She's really sweet. So, really good one. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. This is like one of my favorite comedies of all time, I would say. And I love this movie, Orange County. If you've not seen it, it is really funny. The first 45 minutes are like non-stop laugh after laugh after, like you're laughing so hard, at all this stuff. And Colin Hanks, who's Tom Hanks' son, does such a great job in it. Like, he's just so funny. And everybody in it is, Jack Black was great, Skylar Fisk, I loved her, I've interviewed her, she's sweet. Amazing. The Perfect Score, which almost felt like it had the perfect cast, like Erica Christensen, Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson. I mean, just a ton of people in this movie, and it looks like, kind of like a teen heist movie. And that to me just sounds funny. Like Ocean's 11 for teens. It just sounds funny. Go with my Will Ferrell collection again. Saturday Night Live, Best of Will Ferrell. Found that today at the CHKD, and I will tell you, I absolutely love the Saturday Night Live stuff with old school Will Ferrell. This is like the first one, and it's got, it looks like it's got like Inside the Actor Studio and different things that he did, and I'm just George Bush, Craig the Cheerleader. Oh my God, I love that character. So I'm just gonna be excited. I love these collections where they show like a bunch of their best skits and everything like that. And I'm glad they don't do the thing that a lot of people do where they take just like clips of the best skits and not like the whole skit. They actually show the whole skit in these. And it's like 72 minutes. It's over an hour long, and that's pretty cool. It's like almost like watching a whole episode of the show. Probably is like watching a whole episode of the show. So. Another Will Ferrell movie in my collection, Stranger Than Fiction. I watched a good amount of this movie. I didn't finish it, and it wasn't because I didn't like it. It was because I just got too tired and fell asleep, and it wasn't the movie's fault. The movie was pretty funny from what I was seeing. I like the idea of like a narrator in somebody's head. I just think that's so bizarre. Idea, so I think, when that was probably pitched, that probably made people like, what do you do when, somebody's narrating your life? Like, how do you explain that to people? People think you're crazy. Maybe you are. I don't know. The Switch, with Jennifer Aniston and Jason Bateman. I have not seen this movie yet. Kind of want to see it. I love her, Jennifer Aniston. I just think she's hilarious when she does comedies, and she's really good when she does dramas. The Good Girl is by far one of my favorite dark comedies. She's really good in it. She's the One, which I bought recently, and I mean, she's just so great in comedies and dramas and things like that. And last but not least, What About Bob? This movie, if you have not seen it, is hysterical. I watched some of it because honestly, this is what happened. So I get the movie, and the movie is like this. The movie was like that in there, and there was another movie in there. It was Forrest Gump. So, of course, I'm the nice guy who wants to let people know, like, Forrest Gump was put in there. What do you know? What do you guys want to do about that? Because I could not find Forrest Gump to save my life, so somebody just put that in there as like a bonus. So I got a bonus DVD, which is great. But eventually, I do want actual Forrest Gump on DVD. But for now, I can listen to commentary from Robert Zemeckis and stuff like that. So, but what about Bob? I had to check it to see if it wasn't. It looked a little scratched, so I was like a little worried. But watched it. It was fantastic. If you have not seen What About Bob, it is one of Bill Murray's best movies, aside from like Groundhog Day and Ghostbusters. Like, it's up there with those two, I think. Maybe Stripes too. It is. He did some really amazing films back in the 80s and 90s, and What About Bob was early 90s. Basically, Bob is just this eccentric guy who has all of these like psychosomatic feelings and everything, issues. He ends up stalking his new therapist, goes on vacation with them, decides, oh, I need a vacation. So he starts taking a vacation and drives this guy insane. Now, what's perfect about it, and what makes it such a great movie, is the fact that Richard Dreyfuss, his character, like the therapist, is such a dick. The whole time, he's such an asshole that you are just so happy that you're happy with Bob, and you don't feel sorry at all for this guy. And it works so well. So I watched it. I kind of skipped through to see it all the way to the end. I watched a little bit of the beginning because I just love the movie anyway, and I was enjoying it. And it's one of those movies that if I'm like in a rainy day or something and I'm not in a good mood, and it's not on Netflix or it's not on whatever, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna put it on and I'm gonna watch it because it's one of those movies that because I have two feelings, two things that I do every night. No, three things. This is how like my movie nights go. Either I watch, if I'm in the mood for a new movie that I have not seen, or I'm not in the mood for a new movie and I want to watch something I've already seen, because either I don't have to pay attention to it, or I'm just too tired, or whatever, and things like that. Or thirdly, I watch movies that like on YouTube or whatever. Like, those are my three things. So those are my three go-tos. Most of the time it's YouTube, or a TV show or something, like non-movie, kind of thing, like videos. It's just easier to just like watch a short video than move on to that. So anyway, that's it. That was the last of my collection update. This has been like, I don't know if this might be the longest one I've done so far, but I did cover a lot of ground, and I'm going to do a video. I'm going to try to do one every day, and tomorrow I'm going to do one I'm going to go to the Restore tomorrow, and I'm going to pick up a couple things. And then I'm also going to talk about some movies I'm going to hopefully watch tonight. So I'm going to watch a couple movies tonight, and I'll talk about them and everything like that. So that's going to be the plan. All right. Thank you guys so much for checking this out. I am excited to kind of dive into these things because a lot of them I haven't seen. So it would be great to do that. Most likely it'll be something else. Might not even be any of these movies. I don't know yet. I have no idea what I want to watch. It might be Twister again, because it's getting about that time of like tornadoes and shit. So, but thank you guys so much for watching this and catching up with me. If you like it, if you like these videos, subscribe. Check me out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram as the Indie Guy. I think for Facebook it's like the_Indie Guy. That's INDIEGUY. And for Facebook or for Instagram and Twitter, I believe it's the Indie, I-N-D-I-E, underscore guy. I messed up when I was putting out the thing for the name before and on Facebook, and now it's kind of screwed up that way. Whatever. If I had my way, I would have changed it, but it won't allow me to. Facebook is really weird about changing stuff. So thank you guys so much. Hope you enjoyed the show. Remember to subscribe, tell people about it, and if you have a movie or whatnot that you would love to hit me up with, I will give a link down below with a place that you can email that you can kind of send information to me so we can chat about it. Because if you have movies that you want to donate that you don't want to see anymore and they're taking up space or whatever, I would love to take them off your hands. So thank you so much. I do not do trades right now just because I am trying to build up my collection. If I did trades, I would lose whatever I'm, got. I love all these movies, and I don't want to trade them at all right now. Plus, some of them might be a little scratched and stuff, so I'd just rather not. Let's just keep it at the way that it is. So, thank you guys so much. Hope everything is going well, and have a fantastic rest of your week. Bye.